Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, everybody. Today on this channel, I am going to not necessarily compare, but have a little friendly competition between three of my Canon cameras: the Canon EOS R, the Canon M50, and the Canon 70D. We're gonna go down the way. There's a little park I wanna go to. We're losing light. I brought my skateboard. Let's see what happens. Okay, I might have bit off more than I can chew. I've really lost a lot of sunlight, so let's get this thing started. Hey y'all, let me jump in here and give you some clarifying details. I was shooting on the Canon EOS R with a 50mm 1.2 RF lens. On the Canon 70D, I was shooting with a 50mm, also known as the nifty 50 1.8 lens. And then on the M50, I was actually shooting a Takumar lens, which was a 55mm prime lens. So I did not have another lens, so I went with that and tried to do the best that I could with the shots. Really, this was an exercise in just getting out and shooting and just comparing some different types of cameras and even different lenses for that matter, all within the same ecosystem in terms of Canon. And of course, we have that odd vintage Takumar lens, which I actually love. I love this lens, and I think we'll get back to the shoot. As you'll see in the video, I don't think it was a fair fight, but there are some surprises. All right, let's get back into it. All right, I'm not gonna lie, when I told you that the sun was going down, it was going down, and I knew that I wasn't really going to have a lot of good light. Even though it was sunset type light, where I was in complete shade, and I just didn't like a lot of the compositions, and I was rushing. But nonetheless, I went straight to the water, and I decided to shoot out into the pond. And I knew there were some ducks floating around. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any ducks in the foreground of the image. I will say this, that all the lenses were a little bit different in terms of aperture. The Takumar lens was at f2, the RF lens was at 1.2, and the EF mount lens was at 1.8. So I decided, since I was losing light, that I'd shoot at 2.8, all which are very capable of shooting that speed. So that's what I kept it at throughout this whole shoot. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to play a little game. I'd like for you to guess which image belongs to which camera. So first I'll put the images up full screen, and then I'll put all three images on the screen, and then I'll mark them as A, B, and C, and then I'll let you be the judge, and then I'll reveal it shortly thereafter. So if you do just want to find out which images belong to which camera, you can fast forward through the certain spots on the video where I reveal which image belonged to which camera. All right, let's get started. Here's image A. Well, how'd you guys do? My favorite was actually, if I'm being honest, the 70D shot. I just found it to have the most character and the most detail in the shot. All right, so now I focused my attention to the mom and the young son, who were sitting by some ducks over to the left, middle left of the screen, and I go ahead and fire off a few shots here. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna put A, B, and C up, and then you can guess. So good luck on this one. Okay, did I get ya? Did I get ya? Yeah, my favorite was the R on this one. It was just the sharper image, and you can really tell here in the raw files. You get the compressed version here on YouTube, but trust me, the R was much cleaner. But you may have a different thought, and that is quite all right. As you're going to find out shortly, I'm not the biggest nature buff, although I do love being out in nature. I don't know my trees from my grasses, from my weeds. The next composition is this beautiful tree trunk, and I just love the variations in the blacks and whites on the bark, and I just thought it would be beautiful to be set off against a blurred background of the lake. So I was in there at 2.8, super close, and here's what we got. I walked over to this high grass straw area, and being on the 50mm and shooting at 2.8, I thought it was worthy of trying to just isolate one of the straw pieces that were in front of me there. And mostly at 2.8, if we're focusing on something that's fairly close to us, it's going to blow out the back. So I was really trying to get these straw pieces sharp. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're moving right along. Are you 4 for 4? If you are, give yourself a like and give this video a like. And I just want to remind you that I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and all the videos content is around photography, both film and digital, and also filmmaking. So I'm having a blast. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. So on this next image, as you can see, I'm trying to find a composition here. This image I'm actually not going to have you guess because it wasn't a good image. Here's one of the images on the screen. It was the 70D. But then I quickly realized after composing that image, I looked to my left and my body's covering a stack of leaves and twigs that are stuck together, and it made for a decent composition. I really mostly like the color in it. So let's go ahead and guess on these 3 images. Alright y'all, we are on the final stretch. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would love to continue to hang out with you on videos just like this one and others. So let's keep it going. Let's move on to the next image. But before we do, how are you doing? Are you 5 for 5? Are you 4 for 5? Are you 3 for 5? Leave me a comment down below and let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you thought of just the images in general, and whether you have days sort of like mine today where I didn't really have a location or a subject that I wanted to shoot, but I just wanted to get out and shoot photography. I wanted to do some photography. I wanted to create. So do you ever have those days, and how do you overcome them? So I'd really like to hear from you. So off to the next location, I walked away from the bridge and down the stream to find a little area that had some tall grass, and here's where my knowledge of plant life is really almost zero here. I tried to look it up on Google. I found things that were similar, but I wasn't quite sure what I was photographing, but there are these little almost pods that have almost like dandelion type of feathery goodness on them. I just thought they were cool, and I wanted to get them in focus again, have that blurry background, and just go from there and just really compose a nice shot. And these are some of my favorite of the day, and let me know what you think. All right, on to the last images. See if you can go 6 for 6. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, I tip my hat to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you had fun. I didn't really know how this video was going to turn out, and I think it turned out okay. Leave me some comments down below, give me some feedback, and once again, give me your tips on how you deal with creative block and going out and shooting photography, and what are some of the things that you do to get over the hump. Today was a good day, got out and did some photography. Love you guys. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, click, tick, Rick, trying to make a rhyme, I'm on time. Hit that bell to remind you of new videos when they come out every Monday and Thursday, like clockwork. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.